This podcast is created as part of Podcast Lab by India Film Project in association with Anchor by Spotify. Hey everyone, welcome to yet another episode of our Data Science Professionals. In this episode, we have invited Akanksha Dijendra. She is currently working as a data scientist with one of the pharmaceutical firm named Cipla. So we'll try to get an idea about what kind of journeys he has, the data scientist, and what kind of educational backgrounds he comes up with, and landed to such a capable firm, and how she'll be looking further about the data science field for the next 5 or 10 years. So without wasting any time, I would like to invite Akanksha Dijendra. Hi Akanksha. Hi.
Yeah, hi. Hi,
Okay.
very good evening.
Okay, great. So, before wasting our time, let's start with a bit of small discussion. Okay. So, this is what we often discuss when somebody join on our podcast, that how things are going right now in the scenario of, a pandemic plus right now Omicron. So, what does the job look like for you? Okay, because you are into the, I think, very different domain, which might be a healthcare side, right? Please.
Yes. Are asking me about the job domain, like how the job goes, how it is.
Right. So, what kind of, because me, even as a senior data scientist working right now remotely, okay. So it's not
Yeah.
as great as we can deliver by working from office, but it's going right now because it's a sudden change. So how you are looking into that change? Okay, what kind of comfortability and problems you'll be facing? A bit of idea. It's simple, right?
So, like initially, I faced a bit difficulty in this particular field because
Right.
as a data scientist, it's very difficult to get as a fresher. It is very difficult, firstly. So
Right.
that barrier was like crossed from with the help of my college, because in my college itself I like there are only limited, like hardly one or two companies coming for data science, rest are for software
Okay.
development. So
Right.
I was in a like hurry to I should crack this particular interview, because this is only the thing where I can get into data science, else from off
Sure.
campus it is happening, but it is very difficult as well, like it takes months and months. So the
Right.
difficulties that were faced, like initially I faced like with the data, so with the data
Hmm.
cleaning part, because 80% of work is done in data cleaning only. Modeling is like the
Hmm.
next part. So for data cleaning, we have to be thorough with the, like we have to firstly understand what is the business objective or business parameter for that particular client, or
Hmm.
that particular data. Then after that, we have to go ahead with the further steps. So like as soon as I went through this job, like through my internship journey, I came to know various what you can say, various pieces of data cleaning. Okay, this can also be the solution, and this can also be the solution to this particular thing. So all these were like a part of my journey. Like previously I used to take a very hardcore things. Then after that, from learning through my mistakes, I got to know, okay, this is also one of the way to do it. So this is like, this were all the difficulties that were faced in, like initially as a data science journey. And I'm not saying that I am not facing currently that difficulties. Obviously I'm facing that difficulties now also. I am learning, like life is full of learning for me.
Okay, great. So is it work from home or work from office right now?
It is work from home. Because of
Okay,
Omicron, they
great.
have
Right.
given work from home.
There is a span of time, where Mumbai, I think, has started to inviting employees to start working from
Yeah, yeah.
office. So,
Yeah, we used to
so
go work from
okay,
office as well, but then
okay,
last week only they declared that we should not go office.
okay, great, great. So, okay, this is the basic idea. Okay, let's start with the your initial graduation journey that you have gone with. Okay,
Yeah.
SIEC Graduation School of Technology, Navi Mumbai, right? So you know what happens when we get into the college? We are of coming out of something which is completely different because 10th and 12th have a very different kind of perspective. We are building our knowledge. But right now, graduation is a part where we evolve ourselves, okay, from the first year to the second year to the third year and as go on. Because after that, it's being responsibility for us to get into job, okay, or even for the higher studies. So, what kind of scenarios will you write? You face, okay, and what kind of path and curriculum you set for yourself during your graduation year? Yep, please.
Okay. So during my graduation year, that is BTech, I
Yeah.
faced a lot of difficulties during that time. So first difficulty, like there was a confusion in my mind whether to go for job or for go for higher studies. So I
Right.
kept both the things in my notebook, and I decided to go with the flow, because I decided, okay, I'll give gate in February, so I'll prepare for that as
Hmm.
well, and I will prepare for
Hmm.
my placements as well. So aptitude section is
Right.
same for both the things. So I prepared, like I started preparing that way. And
Hmm.
like firstly in my in July August, placement season was started in my college.
Hmm.
So I started giving interviews for few of the job roles, that is software development. And yeah, software development was one of the
No,
majority
no,
roles which I have
major
given
hirings.
interview. So
Right.
I was not able to crack. Frankly telling, I was not able to crack the interview of software development. I
Hmm.
was not able to find the reason for that. But the thing is, I was
Hmm.
preparing well. I was giving my best in the interviews, but still, I was not able to clear the interview. So
Okay.
there was a one drawback. Like I started thinking, okay, there is something that I should improve my skills or something for like C, Java. I should do this like very deeply, and then I should go for the interviews and sit and like I should do this hardcore coding with the help of CodeChef or HackerRank. But then again, it was like in my mind it was coming, okay, this is not something which I should do, because that thing I was doing forcefully. Software development job roles interview, the thing, there
Hmm.
was one drawback, that I was doing it forcefully. So
Hmm. Right.
that was one of the like major thing which I was failing the interviews, because I was not doing it from my heart. I was doing it from the heart. So maybe that's the reason that I was failing the interviews. And yes, but now when I think of that phase, like compared to data science, I think
Hmm.
like I made a good decision of going into data science, because because software development is
Okay.
not something which I should go for. So that was one of the major difficulty which I
Hmm.
faced in my graduation, like sitting interviews for software development. And I was planning to go for software development, because at that time I was not thinking of data science. I was just thinking like I should get some IT
Okay.
professional coding job and I should go there. So I
Hmm.
yeah, few of the interviews I sat, and some of the interviews I was not able to crack in last round itself, like HDFC Bank and LNT. I was not able to crack in last round. Like everything
Okay.
was cleared, coding round was cleared, but in last round I was not able to do it. Then after few months my gate exam was there, so I started focusing on gate exams. After gate
Hmm.
exams,
Right.
like I got a good score in gate, and I thought of going to of the MTech. But still, before MTech, I was giving interviews. Like I was still in a hope that I'll get a job in software domain, but still I was giving the
Hmm.
interview, and still I
Okay.
was not able to
Hmm.
crack it. Like some or the other
Okay.
hurdle was there in that particular interviews. So I thought of doing higher studies only. So I opt to go for MTech. And since I was getting a good score, I got in Sardar Patel Institute of Technology. I hope you know this college. It's in Andheri, and
All right.
I got there as
All
a
right.
MTech. So I was happy with that. And while doing my MTech, I also joined a course in Boston Institute of analytics, wherein came completely new for the data science journey. So from there I
Okay.
started my data science journey as a like
Okay.
I did the 4 months course. So yeah, that was like
Okay. Right.
my
Right.
graduation.
I think it make a lot of sense. Right. Like as you have said that you're not able to be passionate about data means IT related jobs. Okay. However, you have cracked certain rounds and then at the final round you're not able to make it. So you have decided to
Yeah,
look for the higher studies. Okay. So
yeah.
what are the perks that you have gained in higher studies during your masters, because the kind of curriculum which you have given an idea about, like you'll be in the first year working, first year is completely the course curriculum and second year is it's a very open manner where you'll be working with a firm and they're only looking for a project. So what kind of flexibility is there? What kind of ability it has added to your profile? Okay. And what kind of insights you have gained, okay, during your internship? Okay. So that you have landed a full-time job and later you'll be working with it. Yeah, please.
Okay. Yes, sure. So, starting from the MTech, wherein I joined, so there
Hmm.
it was an autonomous institute. So there were
Right.
many, what you can say, additional things which I came through, which I was not able to do, like which I didn't saw in BTech. That is, it was a pure MU, Mumbai University College, and this
Right.
was a purely autonomous college. So the
Hmm.
curriculum was completely different, wherein we
Hmm.
had in each sem we had to do two projects. That is, two
Hmm.
projects. It should be like a different domain, and which added a value to my CV, because we were studying and we were learning through that particular sem. We were learning how to do that project. So each sem we were having two projects, two different projects. So the amount of knowledge which I've gained in that, in doing that two projects, is somewhere
Right.
like I started gaining knowledge in my masters. So this was for sem 1, and for sem 2 similarly we had to do the project. So each project had 50 marks. So for that 50 marks,
Okay.
we were not doing project just for the sake. We were doing just for
Hmm.
like our interest. That is, I did my projects in data science only, not the software development domain. Started with the basic thing, that is prediction models. Then doing some kind of dashboarding things. After that, after going through the machine learning, then coming to NLP and sentiment analysis, those things. Like slowly I started building my skills in my first year of MTech. And although I was doing the course as well, so in course also we had one project. So there were like many projects which I gone through. So through these projects which I gained knowledge. But yes, this knowledge like I gained was from academic point of view. I was not able to get industry experience. So for industry experience after my MTech, I got into internship. In internship, I like got uh, an internship, like what you can say, an industry level experience, wherein I was not able to like, wherein I saw the data was like somewhere between 20,000 to 50,000, which was the data set which I used to handle in my academics. But during my internship, we were getting a data of somewhere like 15 to 20 lakhs. So that was the difference, and the amount of what you can say, handling that particular data. Like, you are a data scientist, you also know that what difficulties we face for handling that particular data.
Right. When it's in very large number, right?
Yeah, so like for a large number of data, it was like starting, it was obviously difficult for me, but still like I didn't give up and I gone through that particular flow. And yes, there were also mentors guiding me in my particular internship company. So it was like easy for me. Okay, I should do this, and yes, that what helped me. And this were the like difficulties, like handling with the data.
Right. I think it make a lot of sense. I think you have covered a lot of important sections while you are into your MTech journey. Okay. And the internship part. Now,
Yeah.
let's talk about something. A lot of people do internship, okay, with the different companies just to gain an insight on certain domain or certain course like data science here. So once you are doing an internship, it's simply because building an interest and getting a lot of capable knowledge which can be helpful for you to get a job post internship, right? And there are very,
Yes.
we can say limited cases when after internship you'll get a full-time job offer, right? So
Right.
let's
Right.
talk about some of the basic ideas, like what are the capabilities you think that you have brought to the company, okay, which you're interning with, okay, so that they have finally ended up giving you a full-time job, and later how things are, okay, like before internship, what kind of roles and responsibility you're handling to the further how the work is getting shifted once you are in full-time. Yeah, please.
Yes, sure. So, yes, starting with difference between like internship and after getting full-time offer,
Hmm.
what are the work responsibilities? So, work
Right.
responsibilities almost it was same, but yes, during internship, we were doing like we two people were selected from my college. So,
Hmm.
we two were in a team, and we were three of a team because that company was a startup and it was just starting off with a data science. So, we three were in a
Right.
team, and yes, the workload was like as a full time only because we there were only three people to handle the particular project, one project. So
Right.
the responsibilities during internship, it was like we were doing in a group and in a
Hmm.
teamwork was there. Like
Hmm.
there were not any individual task assigned, like okay, you should
Hmm.
do this and you should do that. We were doing it in a
Hmm.
group. This was one of the difference where we did an internship. And after
Hmm.
internship, it was like we were given an individual task, like we were allotted, okay, you should do this, this is your deadline for this, you should do
Hmm.
this.
Right.
So that was the level of difference, like.
Right. Right. So means
And
from a cohort
coming
to
to the,
the,
yeah.
yeah, please. Yeah,
Yeah, I was
Kansha,
telling that
you can please.
as you
Hmm.
said that, yeah, sure. So as you mentioned, like what I brought to the particular company so that it
Hmm.
allowed me for a permanent offer. So it was that during our internship we got three projects. So first project was for a particular banking client. We did it and some kind of profit was generated. But in the second project which we got, that was for a telecom client, and the amount of output which we gave to that particular telecom client, it was very huge. Like we were able to predict it in a very good way, like the particular use case which we were able to do it in a very good way in a dashboarding tool. So which initiated like to move ahead with the further projects. So like these are some of the few reasons like which we as a team we brought to the table for that particular company, and because of
Right.
which we got a full time offer in.
Okay. Right. I think it's make a lot of sense. So there is a quality that they figured out, okay, during the internship, and further they thought that the skills are capable enough, okay, to handle a role in a proper, no, not as a group but as a
Yeah.
single-handed capable manner. Right. I think it's make a lot of sense. So right now let's talk about the current job role where you are right now, which is Cipla, right? So what happened in the data
Yeah.
science field, as per our understanding, is there are different kind of data science professional, but each data science professional are working on a specific domain or a lot of domains based on the kind of companies they are working with. So you are right now into the healthcare sector, right? So there is a
Yeah.
different kind of domain knowledge needed. There is a different kind of terminology or capability needed. So how difficult for you, okay, to work as a data scientist in a healthcare firm, and what are the things you think, okay, or what kind of help you often need, okay, while working to figure out the problem and finding its solution.
Okay, so like there is not much of difficulty which I'm facing here, like shifting to healthcare from banking and
Okay.
telecom. The strategy and the terminologies, as you mentioned, it remains the same. That is, we have to go through all the technologies. That is our like starting from the
Hmm.
cleaning and all, like dealing with the
Right.
data, then dealing with some of the like Azure, Microsoft, like
Hmm.
mainly it is used in cloud. So all the technologies, everything is same here. Only thing is we are only dealing with the
Hmm.
healthcare data, and there we
Right.
were dealing with the banking. Yeah, that's it.
Hmm.
No kind of like difficulty is not faced. We are only dealing here with the medicines data. That's it. That's the only difference.
Okay. So, what I'm really want to understand from you is that even once you are working with the healthcare data, you know, once we first of all, once we are analyzing the data, there is a noise and there is a target. So we need to identify that, yeah, these are the columns which are representing the target, okay, with this kind of capability, you know, and what kind of output must be localized, right? So that to make
Yes.
sense of the whole work that we have done. So, to figure this out, to figure out what are the noises and what are the target variables available in the whole data, there might be a need of domain expert, right? Who will be working in that
Yeah.
field and interacting with you, let you understand that this is what we are looking for. Okay, this is the problem that this data has. So how things are there? Okay, what kind of support and the quality will be needed, okay, so that it will be more comfortable for you to work and make the good analysis, right?
For that particular, like we have a
Hmm.
SMEs available in our organization, that is subject matter expert. So they are there
Right.
for us to guide in a, like in a proper way, wherein we are able to understand it, and the rest tech
Hmm.
part, it comes to our side, wherein we have to deal, like it's our job. The tech part is our job.
Right.
The
Hmm.
SMEs are there for us to like guide us. Yeah, so there is no such difficulty as of now. Yeah.
Okay. Right, right. I think it makes a lot of sense. Okay, great. So,
Yeah.
this is about your professional career or even your means educational background, where we have recently talked about. So, what this podcast is all about is to give an idea of different professional or even fresher or somebody want to transition. They can gain a perspective that how they can prepare themselves for the kind of role and responsibility which you are right now into or you are about to handle. So, what kind of advice you wanna give to freshers? Okay. So, what kind of capability they should build? Okay, to work in as a data scientist and handle the problems that being the part of data science.
Okay, so yes, I would like to give some suggestions to the upcoming freshers who are going or who want to come into data sciences.
Okay.
Firstly, start with the basic things. Don't jump into hi-fi things. Start with the basic. That is, learn Python. If she or he is not from a technical background, so learn Python, and Python or R, whichever is comfortable. After that, go through the basics of data science, like okay, can we do this, basics as in not machine learning, I'm telling basics as in we should first start with some of the statistics part. Okay, all this statistics, then understand the concepts of statistics, then slowly move ahead to the machine learning part, modeling part. So these are
Right.
some of the like suggestions I would like to give. Like, don't jump to the high part. Start with the basics, and once you are done with all these things, so start doing the projects. Don't just learn the theory part. Start doing the projects. Start participating in hackathon. Start making a GitHub
Right.
profile wherein you can store your projects. A project can be small or big, it doesn't matter, but your project is your project which you have created, so it should be stored in a like in a github folder, wherein you
Right.
can like whenever accesses, or in an interview, if the interviewer is asking what are the projects which you have done, so everything can be mentioned in our CV. So we can just link it up, and maybe he can browse it and just look at the projects.
Right. Right. So sure. You just give me the basics text, and I'll just add it with the description of this podcast. Not an issue. So yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Let's talk about some more future related things. That what kind of roles and responsibility you think that you'll be handling post 5 year of your work experience or 10 year of your work experience? What are the means involvement you think that you'll be having, okay, or planning to have in the future?
Okay, so like after 5 years or after 10 years, I'm
Yep.
just planning that I should gain more and more skills in this particular field or technology, and update myself through the new things which data science is coming through, that is a neo 4j. Then there are many other technologies which they are coming through now. So I
Right.
just want that I am updating with new things, and I'm just learning. So in short, I am planning to keep learning, whether it is after 5 years or after 10 years. I'm planning to learn all the like new technologies which they are updating.
Sure, sure. I think yeah, it make a lot of sense. So
Subscribe to the channel and don't forget to press the bell icon.